Looking at the Boise River this morning. I'm feeling better today. Yesterday I was very ill and in a lot of pain. And the night before I was in agony, awake most of the night. I have ME/CFS, and one of the things that happens with that, actually one of the hallmark of the illness is something called post-exertional malaise. And it can be physical exertion, emotional exertion, psychological exertion, because 20% of the mitochondria are located in the brain. So anything that causes any kind of exertion can trigger it, and it doesn't happen the next day, it happens the day after. So I came into the shelter. And I always come in as late as possible because of not wanting to interact with the staff or problem homeless people. And it's quite unpleasant there, so why would I want to be there, you know? So I come in and I'm told that there are bedbugs in my bed. And it's interesting that I hadn't been bitten by them, but they said the person in the bed below me, I'm in a top bunk, that person stated that she was bitten by bedbugs. Bedbugs happen in a particular pattern and are fairly easy to identify. And if they've been around for a while, the person usually has quite a few bites. So I have had absolutely no bites at all. And so I was really surprised to hear that. Well, what they do is they want to put your clothing in a dryer. Well, the dryers that they use at the shelter could have had a person who doesn't bathe, a person whose clothes are filthy, put in the dryer before mine, or sometime, before mine. And the dryer does not kill bacteria. I've written an article about what happened at Brother Francis Shelter in Anchorage, Alaska, how they weren't washing the blankets. They were just putting them in the dryers. It doesn't kill the bacteria. It kills some of them, but it doesn't kill all of them. It may kill most of the viruses. But they don't care about any of that. They only care about killing the bed bugs. And so the whole thing didn't really make a whole lot of sense, because the clean clothes that I bring in, which they made me put my dirty clothes and my clean clothes together to put in the dryer, doesn't make any sense because my clothes all come from my storage unit every day. They all come from the same source. And I tried to explain to them that they were being illogical and that I have immune system problems because of the ME and because I'm a DES daughter, which probably caused the ME. They were not able, they don't care, they're not able to understand that, and they don't care. And so what happened is that by the next morning, and I was kept awake all night by my bunkmate, and then when I got ill and I was in pain, I ended up probably keeping her awake most of the night. But I was kept awake after that, and my knowing that it was going to trigger, what was going on was going to trigger the post-exertional malaise, and I was going to be very ill the day after the next day, triggered the whole thing by, basically the illogicality of how the homeless shelters are run. And the thing to do, if they actually had to do that procedure, would have been, they give you scrubs to put on, would have been to just say, you just wear those scrubs and in the morning walk down to your facility and get your clean clothes out and then walk down and give us our scrubs back, because I asked them for an ADA accommodation, which they denied me. And that was like the third time they've denied my ADA accommodation request. And but the whole thing didn't make any sense. And the immune system problems that I can have because of the ME are quite severe. And it depends on what's going on. But by the next morning, I had an infection that was bacterial in my nose. And then what happens is that we have latent viruses that, if we get any kind of viral infection, we also have latent viruses that can what I call reblooming, because our immune systems do not suppress a certain class of viruses that never leave our bodies. our normal humans' bodies, they stay suppressed. It's the herpes family. That's one of the reasons why people get chickenpox and then later in life they get shingles, is because that virus stays in the body. And then when they have an immune system issue when they get older, it blooms. So that night I was in agony. Yesterday I felt absolutely horrible all day and just couldn't hardly function at all. So I just sort of sat. Today I feel better. And what I told them was that I have three options. I can be addicted to narcotics. I can do what I need to do to stay healthy, which is take a lot of supplements, which takes quite a bit of the money out of my SSDI check. And I also buy vegetables and try to keep my mitochondria as healthy as I can in the horrible situation I have to live in. And I can do what I need to do. I can be addicted to narcotics, or I can kill myself. And I said that to Dan Alt, the director, last night. And his response was not to ask, what can we do to help you do what you need to do? What can we do to accommodate you? None of those things. It was, are you planning on doing the third one? And of course, that's not my plan, because instead I'm going to tell the story and work on changing things. And that's what I told him.